and welcome back to my channel. And and it's been about 2 weeks since I uploaded a video, and I'm so sorry for that, but there was a lot of stuff going on with my life. So the first week Ryan was away in Germany, there is this 1 week that I just cleaned. I kept on cleaning for the whole 1 week, and that's when I did the video about reorganizing my room. And as you guys could see, it's a bit of a different background. And then on the second week I started a new job that I am so sorry I can't say where I'm working and everything, but your girl your girl is an office girl now, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm so far, I think, yeah, so it's been 2 weeks since I started this job, and I've been so happy. I'm still in my training, and everyone is just so nice. And yeah, before my job was just in a factory, in customer service, at a grocery kind of stuff, which I am not required to dress professionally, but now I kind of have to. So the whole time I'm wondering, what do office people wear? So I Pinterest that, I YouTube that, and yeah, so far it's really awesome job. The first week it was alright, but on a Friday, on the last day of my first week, I became very sick. I was so sick that on the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, when I had it off, I was bedridden. And this whole week is just horrible because I was just so sick. I actually called in sick on Wednesday, which I actually felt so bad because it's my second week and I'm already calling in sick, but they're very nice about it. They actually gave me a coming back talk, which I've never had in my past jobs before. And that is like when they ask you, how are you okay to work, do you want additional days? And that's very thoughtful. Like, I never had that before. My old jobs before, I was always too scared to come back because I feel like my employers never believed that you were sick, so they always gave me this like look or like a smart talk where they're like, oh, are you actually sick, kind of thing. So yeah, so that's why I haven't been uploading, but I am back, guys. So today's video is going to be nice and simple. You know how I told you guys that I've always wanted to do story time videos, but I actually don't know which stories are interesting. I've got a lot of story on my juvenile days because I was a bit of a rebel on my juvie days, okay? But I changed now, and I'm going to tell you guys now that, like, look, in my juvie days I was a different person. When I was younger, I was stupid, I was a smartass, I was a bitch. I wouldn't be friends with myself. Well, I was a fun little girl, but yeah. So I'm gonna tell you guys now that I wasn't a saint back in my juvie days. Okay, so today's video is going to be a story time of my crazy ex-best friends forever, BFF. So this occurred when I was in year 10, which is, I was about 15 years old. And I didn't live in Perth at that time. I lived in a small town, which I'm not gonna tell you guys because it's a very small town, and I assure you that someone there knows me and someone there knows these people, okay? So I'm not gonna tell you guys which town I was because I just know that if you go in my age group and go to this town, they will know me because there's only 2 schools in there and they know everyone. Okay, so this is a story about my crazy, psychotic ex-best friends forever. Like, she was a very fun, like, she was my best friend before, but this happened. So just to tell you guys, we're not friends anymore. I don't talk to her anymore. I don't think I'm friends with her on Facebook. But when I was writing this, I kind of like stalked her, and she's got a child now, which is good for her, okay? But we haven't talked since this. With my high school, it was a bit of a not a very good experience for me. I moved in Australia when I was 12 years old, and that was in year 8. My English was bad. I could make a conversation, but it was bad. I got heavily bullied, and from year 8 and year 9 I was just wagging school all the time. I would stay, the thing is, like, I didn't wag to go and do stuff. I actually wag because I just don't want to be at school, because I was always getting bullied. I hate everyone. I hated my life, and I just wish that I'm back in Philippines. But when I don't go to school, I just stay at home and watch anime, and that's basically what I did. I just really did not want to go to school. It was a really bad experience for me. I was getting bullied about, I don't know, just stuff. I'm constantly getting name called by everyone, and like, yeah, it was just not a fun time of my life. I hated it. So in year 10, that's in year 8 and year 9, I was just constantly wagging. There were a couple of times that I'd go to school and just like lock myself in the bathroom and just regret that I went to school. But I didn't really want to tell my parents, because what am I gonna say? Like, this kid is bullying me and I don't know why. Because I'm Asian? I don't know. Yeah, so that happens in my year 8 and year 9. In year 10, right, I made a promise to myself that no one's gonna freaking bully me anymore. Like, I don't care anymore if, like, if I get into a fight, if I get in trouble, if I get detention, if I get expelled. I don't care anymore. I'm gonna stand up for myself. I did get into a lot of fights just in year 10. But around this time, I made friends. I actually made some friends with like these people. So I was at the gym one time, and then this new chick, I know she's new because she's from the other school. There's only 2 main schools in that town, and she transferred from that other school. I don't know why, but so I approached her, just like, hey, you know, I'm Daryl, what's your name, blah blah blah, and we actually clicked. We actually, like, you know, became close. We talk on Facebook, we talk like on MSN and stuff like that, and we just hang out. And we're gonna name this chick Tay. So Tay have another friend as well that is about to transfer to our school, and we're gonna name her Diane. Now Diane is the best friend, I'm telling you. So Tay introduced me to Diane. So she is just very outgoing. She says what she thinks, and yeah, we just clicked as well. And you know, her personality, I would say, she is very, like, I thought that she was very mature when I first met her, because she's always talking about stuff that I did not even think about, like like, I don't know. She was a very outgoing person, and she just, yeah, she was just fun to hang around with, talk with. And what I like about her too is that she actually sticks up for herself as well, and that is my resolution at that time, is to actually stick up for myself. And she's become an inspiration, and we actually hang out a lot. My first sleepover ever is with Diane. Up until this day, I am not comfortable sleeping over at someone else's house. Like, my best friend right now, who lives in Midland, we've been friends for like 6 years, and I've only slept over at her house once, and I didn't sleep at all. So I think this is why. So Diane asked me if I wanted to sleep over her house, and at that time, that was my first sleepover ever, and I was so excited to sleep over. And I don't know, I just didn't know what to expect. I actually have lemon and honey for my throat. At the time, I just didn't know what to expect for a sleepover, because I've never been to a sleepover before at this time, and that was the first and last sleepover that I've been to. Yeah. So this is the time where I first met her mom as well. Her mom is kind of crazy. So at first, right, her mom picked me up from my house and we were gonna have a sleepover at So Diane's mom actually picked me up from my house, right? And at first it was alright. It was rainbows and butterflies. You know, she asked me, oh, how are you doing, blah 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 and stuff. And this time I kind of, because she didn't come out of the car, I was just sitting at the back, so I didn't see her face. But she was like, when we hopped off the car and actually saw her, she was very intimidating. Like, I could see Diane's resemblance from her. She's just like a strong personality, and she was kind of cuckoo. So I went to their house and I was expecting something that's like in the bed, we'll have pillows in Diane's room, and it'll be all pink and we could just watch movies or go on the internet. I didn't want to be mean, because you know, some people actually live like this, but Diane's mom is a single mom, so I didn't want to go like, no, you know, they shouldn't have like that, like it's not their fault if they don't. But we ended up, as soon as I walk in, it was just a small house and it was very dark, so I didn't see the whole thing, but it was like far out from town as well. So walking in, I am raised to be very clean and just like, you know, mindful of my surrounding. That's how my parents raised me, and I'm just so used to, like, you know, keeping it clean and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say I'm a clean freak, but I do have my standards. Walking into this house, there was like a bunch of rubbish everywhere. The sink is full. There's like old food on the benches, like pizza that is like moldy, and then just shoes everywhere, and the house stank. It freaking stank. It smells like feet, like dead feet or like a dead rat. I don't know what it smells like, but that's what it smells like for me. And I was just like, what am I getting into? I can't call back my parents. And it just looks like a very chaotic household, and I wasn't ready for that. Diane have a brother, which is like, I don't know if he's older or younger, but her and Diane are just like not getting along, you know. I don't know if that's what brothers and, but they get, I don't know if that's what brother and sister relationships are, because at that age, 15, they're very physical, like not in a romantic way, but like when they're arguing, they're very physical. So that's what I saw on my first night of sleepover. And then I saw that there's only 2 doors. There's one for a room and one for bathroom and toilets. I thought we're gonna have a freaking bedroom for ourselves, because that's what I have. I have a bedroom, and I'm actually allowed to have people sleep over, but I don't want to. Diane was just like, oh yeah, just sit there for a bit. So I sat on this stinking couch that is just so sticky. I don't know what it is. It just made me so uncomfortable. The whole place made me so uncomfortable. And I feel like, you know, a kid like me, a 15-year-old, shouldn't be in a place like this. There's so much hazard stuff that I could be doing, kind of thing. I don't know what I'm thinking. Diane pulled out a mattress and she laid it on the lounge, and it was like I think it was like a double bed or a queen bed, but it was big that it could fit both of us. And that is where we're going to sleep. It was a lot, and her brother was sitting on the was gonna sleep on the couch as well. That was just right there. Yeah, so I went through that sleepover. I actually slept there. It was very uncomfortable. I did not sleep at all because the smell bothers me. Everything bothers me. There's a dude that's just right there, and I was a young girl that's like, But after that, I just never ever went on a sleepover again. I don't know. Like, up until this day, I'm just not comfortable sleeping on someone else's bed unless it's my bed. So yeah. Tay, going back to Tay. Tay is the first friend that I met before Diane, but me and Diane became more close, kind of thing. And then, but whenever me and Diane hang out, Tay is always gonna be there. Yeah, so Tay told me that she's got another friend coming. And then I was like, oh, is she gonna transfer? Blah, blah, blah. You know, your friends has been cool so far, so I'd want to meet this person. And then she said like, oh, she's actually a Filipino too, like you. And I got even more excited because at that time, this little town doesn't have many Filipino children my age, kids that are my age. So I was so excited to meet another Filipino that is the same age as me. So when I hear a lot of good things about her from Tay, but I don't hear a lot of good things about her from Diane. I'm like, as soon as Tay just mentions her, she just, you know, turns on bitch mode. She doesn't like Liz. Okay, we're gonna call her Liz. So yeah, Diane doesn't like Liz. I think Liz, Tay, and Diane were friends before because they all came in this other high school. And Tay moved, and then Diane moved, and then Liz went to Philippines for a bit, and then she said to Tay that she's coming back. And I was so excited. I was very ecstatic, but the things that I hear from Diane is just bad stuff. So at the time, I don't know what to think, but I don't want to close the possibilities of me gaining more friends, because at that time I was just starting to open up. I was just starting to open up to people. I start going out more often and just not go on the computer every day. I actually go to school because I look forward to hanging out with these people. The day came where Liz transferred to high school. And our first meeting was like, really, actually, it's really nice. Like, you know, my first impression to her was like, oh, she actually looks cool. Like, she have a nice style, and she still talk Filipino, and we actually clicked. So there was a couple of times where Diane would get excluded because I think Liz knew that Diane doesn't like her. So I'll get invited by Liz or Tay, and Diane's not gonna be there. So there's a couple of times where it's just me, Tay, and Liz hanging out. So Diane would find out that, you know, we hang out without her, and she got pretty angry at me. At just me. She was like calling me a fake friend. She got pretty jealous because I was really close to Liz, which is expected anyway because we're both Filipinos. Like, if we understand each other to the next level kind of thing, and we know what each other is going through, you know, living in the Philippines and having to change a lot. So we actually clicked and connected to that. So we were close. And Diane, at this time, Diane just got so crazy to the point that there's one time she was having a go at me, just like screaming at my face. This is at school. She was just screaming at my face, and then Liz was just right beside me. And then she screamed at Liz, and a fight just broke off. And of course at that time I was on Liz's side because we're actually clicking and she's not crazy. And there's a lot of Facebook wars going on at that time where she'll like message me or she'll message Tay and Liz and she'll just talk crazy talk. Alright, so the physical fights happens more often between me, Liz, and Tay against Diane, just no matter who she picks her fight on. So at that time we actually hated her. She was, so this was happening for like a long period of time. And then to go to school I catch a bus and me and Liz catch the same bus. So this one particular day we decided not to go straight home. So we decided to go to Hungry Jack's first in town, which my bus goes to my school, town, the other school, and then my house. Just me and Liz at this time because Tay has already gone home. But the bus that we have to catch is at the other school. Not my school, the other schools. Luckily that school is really close to town, so we could just walk there and catch the other bus there to get home. So on our way home, for some reason, Diane's mom is there. I don't know, like, did she plan it? I don't know, but she was there. And me and Liz were walking to the bus stop. And then, you know, we were like, what is this lady doing, kind of thing. I know it's Diane's mom. I don't know what's happening. She looked very scary. She looked crazy. I don't know what's gonna go. But, so we were like that. So me and Liz decided to just we'll just keep walking. We'll just keep walking and try to ignore this lady. This lady is like 35, 40 years old. And then there's two 15 years old just, you know, doing their thing. She had a go at us. Like, not to fight, but like, she was just screaming at our face and stuff like that, and just, yes, just screaming. But she didn't touch us, she was just screaming and just going real crazy how, you know, us Asians should just go home. She was very racist too, and like, yeah, as far as I can remember, she scared the heck out of me. But after that, there's a teacher that came and then tried to push her away, and then we caught our bus. When Liz went home, Liz is a only child and a single mom as well. So her mom was very protective of her. What happened? So Liz told her mom about what happened today, about Diane's mom having a go at her. Liz's mom was, I don't know, overreacted and actually called the cops on Diane's mom. And they put me as a witness. See, I got called to the cop station to get my statement. And I told the truth, that she just had a go at us and nothing happened. You know, she was just screaming, being verbally abusing us, being very racist. That's all she said. But on Liz's version, she told the cops that Diane's mom pushed her. Alright, so when I finally saw Diane, I told her, oh, this is my version of the story. What did you say? And then she told her version. I'm like, I don't think that happened. And her mom's crazy as well. Liz's mom's crazy as well. So her mom was pissed at me because I didn't lie. I didn't tell the cops that Diane's mom pushed us and like hurt us, because that's their version of the story, to make their, I don't know, case stronger. Because if it's just verbally abused, it's not much of a case or anything. So that happened, the cops got involved. The next day at school, Liz was crazy. She was crazy and she lounged at me, like she was trying to fight me. And we were just on the ground trying to fight, like, yeah. you know, there was a teacher there and Liz was kind of like going, why aren't you stopping them? You should stop them, blah blah blah, they're fighting, they're doing this, you're not doing anything. And the teacher was just like, no, I don't want to touch anyone, I don't want to get involved. And then Liz just kind of jumped in there and helped me, I suppose, until we got broken up. I don't know who. I think it's just another teacher or some students, I don't know who. It was pretty long fight, actually. It's pretty long because this was early in the morning, and as soon as, you know, Diane saw me and Liz on a hole, and she just ran towards me and Liz and grabbed me. I think she hated me more at that time because, you know, we were really close friends, and I decided we're not anymore, you know. Yeah, I just didn't understand why Diane doesn't like Liz at all. I don't understand that. So, you know, I didn't see anything wrong with Liz, so I was, you know, friends with Liz. I just chose to be friends with her, and I get along with her. So that happened. It was just a big fight, and Diane was just going all over the place. She was just crazy, just trying to kill both of us. Yeah, so we got broken, we got sent to the office, we all got suspended, and then when Liz's mom heard about this, they went to the cops again. Liz's mom always goes to the cops. So they went to the cops again, and they managed to get a restraining order against Diane. And after that, like, you know, Diane's not allowed to come close to Liz, and because I'm hanging out with Liz, she's basically not allowed to you know, come close to me too. But you know, after that, there's no more fights, but you know, there's rumors going around that, you know, that Diane kicked both of our asses, and she just makes rumors about everyone, like how me and Liz apparently have HIV and STD and stuff like that, which is like never true in the first place. So yeah, but we totally ignored her, and this is about the end of the year now. We're going to about the end of the year. Year 11, me and Liz decided to stay till year 11 and 12, while Diane and Tay, they became friends again. They both dropped out. I think Diane moved to Bunbury or something like that, and I don't know what Tay does now or what she did after, but halfway through year 11 I moved to Perth, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I just kind of left everything that happened in that town, so I didn't really have that many good experience in that town, so I just kind of left it. Yeah, so that is my story of my ex-best friends forever. I did consider her a best friend at that point when me and her were good, and despite, like, you know, she got a little bit of attitude, and despite that I actually did like her because she can be very sweet if she likes you. Yeah, so that is the story of my crazy psycho ex-best friends. I hope you guys like this video. If you want more storytime video, you should comment down below. Then again, thank you guys for watching this video. Do not forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Ciao.